If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
To the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a skin of craft brew on the side. I'm Jade, and I'm here with Little Nate and Little Aaron as we unload chapter 13 of Soul of the Fire.
I'm quite tall, actually. 5'11 and 3/4.
You are taller than me, that's for sure. But that's why it's more satisfying to call you little.
I felt okay about it. Now I don't.
Hey, but that's okay, because Jade is in charge and we're having fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Woo!
You fucking are.
We're having fun.
Time of our lives.
Thanks to her, because our vile nature would not allow us to have fun otherwise.
Accurate.
Yep.
Accurate. And that has been today's moment of truth.
Wonderful.
Yeah, should chime.
Where's the chimes? Yeah.
Oh, I got the chimes.
Yeah, can we chimes? There it is.
Beautiful.
Moment of
Wonderful.
truth.
So, in our last chapter, we met our good friend, redheaded Fitch, and learned how awesome his life is as a scullion.
That's exactly what I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much word for word.
Yeah, nailed it. First try. I don't think you left anything out.
Yeah. Explains why our last episode was exactly 2.5 minutes long.
Fitch said everything was great. The end.
That's it.
I
Boom,
may have
done. Move
embellished a
on.
little bit during the last episode, okay? But essentially, that's what we got. So, this episode, we open right back up with Fitch, to no one's surprise, probably, because that was a weird little mini chapter. So,
Oh, yeah.
what would be the point, right?
Right.
So, Fitch, he has the wood. He sees that he saw the cart and the weird dude at the end of the last chapter. Hurries to drop the wood so he can be ready for the butcher's cart.
Gotta unload the meat.
Yes.
I'm still here, by the way.
Yeah, eye patch Nate's still a thing. And sometimes I like eye patch Nate. Sometimes I'm very scared of eye patch Nate.
He's just a humble merchant. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just selling meat.
I just
feel
rubbed my eye
on
and
a
it felt
cart.
so good.
Unchilled.
Oh my gosh. I feel like pirates in general, though, that's kind of their vibe, right?
It's true.
Like, sometimes you like them, and sometimes they're terrifying.
We do enjoy a good salt pork.
That's why their stories are so good. Anyways. Pirates are not anything to do with what we're talking about right
Good
now.
at barbecue.
Meat. Yes. Back to
Meat.
the meat.
Bingo.
It is a Beata with the cart. When he goes out, he realizes who is taking the cart, and it is her. The one that he's been hoping to see. He is besotted with this woman. Girl. I'm going to go back to girl.
Girl?
Yeah.
She's a girl.
Now, Fitch is a boy,
Yes.
right? Fitch is not like a
Young man.
20,
No,
30.
no.
He's like, how old would you put Fitch?
I
Oh,
think he's like 12, 13.
this is interesting.
Pretty young guy.
I definitely leaned older. I've been leaning like 16.
He might be 16. It comes off very naive and
We could
young.
say both of these people roughly 16.
Well, I
Not
They
quite
seem young
of
to me,
age,
but-
but like old enough to hold down jobs.
honestly was getting
Assuming you're not going to school.
I was getting vibes that Beata is older than Fitch. Like she might be in her 20s or even 30s.
I don't think so. I think
Interesting.
okay. that part of this is also the culture of the time. Like, you aren't having kids that are just hanging out in your house till they're 18, eating your fucking food and not making their own way. Like, that's
a good point.
crazy.
I was kind of leaning as like Fitch is a character. He is the 16-year-old that still is with his mom because he hasn't been able to go into one of the trades as an apprentice. Like, I was kind of getting that he's a slow learner and therefore is a little bit older and does things not quite as fast as other kids his age. But Hey,
Yeah.
could very well be wrong about
yeah.
Beata's his Jenny.
Okay. So, yeah. So when he sees her, he's like, hi, Beata. And she's like, Fitch. And keeps going about her business because she's, doesn't seem to be super excited to see him. But she's doing her work, okay? She's busy. She starts to guide the horse back. And, she does it so nice. She's just tutting at that horse. And she's stroking his little chest. And it is just so, powerful, authoritative towards the horse, but gentle. And, Fitch wishes he could be touched like that. Or that he had something interesting to fucking say, because he doesn't.
I'm now thinking that the reason I aged Beata up is because I found myself also thinking it would be nice to have a firm but gentle hand rub on my chest. And I'm like, yeah, so she's over 18 for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, she's probably 33.
Because now she legally has to be. Don't know what the intent was, but this is my headcanon.
Yeah, I'm thinking that
She's at least that.
I frequently put myself into the shoes of the main characters, and then therefore, as I've gotten older, so have all the main characters.
Yeah, just age up everybody in the world.
Well,
I'm doing
here-
the movie adaptation.
I'm here to tell you should probably age her back down a little bit.
Okay, we're gonna reassess the sitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
She notices the splinter in his hand and grabs it and takes the pin, holding the top of her dress closed to work the splinter out. Without really even she's like, what the fuck happened to your hand? And he's like, just give it to me and just fucking take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle, he does...
That's all he's doing right now. She's touching my hand. Oh.
He does have a moment of being like, my hands are too clean. They're cleaner than hers. Oh, no.
Yeah, he feels the need to explain himself because, he doesn't want her to think that he's not a hard worker.
Yeah, that his hands are
No,
dirty.
hold on. I've been working hard all day. You notice me, senpai.
Pay attention to me. But he thanks her, and then it starts to help her bring in the load, right? They have to pause because...
Look, let's be real. He's already done.
Yeah.
You can't do this if they're kids, Nate. That's why you gotta age them up.
They're not, but... he's a teenage boy,
You can
Yeah.
still make jokes about that, I feel like. And that's fine.
Yeah.
So they pause. They have to pause the unloading because Fitch has been instructed to take a list down of all the shit that they're getting, and he has to do this by memory because he can't fucking read or write.
Fucking impressive.
Yeah.
I can read and write, and I could not do this for memory, period.
There's no fucking way. I do want to say some things of note, because there were some just regular things like mutton, beef, doves, whatever on the list. But there was also beaver, which I thought was interesting. I didn't think beaver would taste very good, but that's fine. I don't know.
Oh.
8 skins of blood, which I believe they probably use it differently back then, but it's just interesting. That's a lot of blood, I feel like, for food. This seems like a lot. You're ingesting a lot of blood.
I don't know what they would use it for, but it does feel like a waste not, want not. Like you butchered the animal. Now we used to just let the deer drain. We would never save the blood at all, but I figure some people might have a use for it. I know native people did. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and think of more magical, spiritual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fake or not, hey, I need a cup of blood for this ritual to make the crops
grisly,
grow.
But
we can put a
there
pin in that. I don't know if that's happening here.
But there absolutely is practical uses for blood. Yes. And us being from Michigan, beaver was a huge, it was mostly for its pelts, but they absolutely would eat. You could make up a mean beaver stew.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't know that I've ever had it.
I feel like it would be very gamey.
Oh, I think it's considered a stew meat because then it can soften up.
Softens
Yeah,
up.
that's how
You don't want to. You probably don't want to grill it.
No.
That's gonna get. It's gonna get a bit chewy.
Also, I think it's very greasy. I think that's what I remember about beaver is that it you can't just cook a beaver because it gets greasy and gross.
There's a reason it's not on most menus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can. You absolutely could if you needed to. It's
I'm
edible.
saying you can eat the giant rats in New York. I don't know that you should, but you can.
Yeah, I think you can. But I think you had one of the other specific things on the list was probably the more highlighting thing that you wanted to get to, not the beavers.
Yeah, well, there were pullets, which I had to look up too. Pullets are chickens that are less than a year old. So they're
Yeah.
baby chickens.
It's like it's the equivalent of veal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. And then sparrows for sexy time.
Yeah.
Sparrows and their
What?
eggs apparently are
why?
sexy time foods.
Me, why do you look confused?
So what do you
You just pop an egg in.
just
and
eat
sexy
sparrow or you eat the
You're
eggs?
doing a weird thing. You eat it. It's aphrodisiac.
Yeah, it's an aphrodisiac.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong. I just keep the eggs in my pockets. I don't get it.
What
It
pocket?
has not worked. You've
What pocket
very
are we
clearly
talking
told me
about?
I stink quite a bit. Didn't help any romantic thing here. I don't get it.
Well, no,
We should probably digress.
Anyways, that's what Fitch does too. Once they come up in the conversation, he's like, okay, so.
He gets goofish
Oh,
around
yeah.
her, right? It makes him uncomfortable.
This does go back to, I think, your point in reasoning that he's probably much younger.
Yeah.
Because if I'm picturing like 16 to 18, I'm like, yeah, do you see them sparrows in there?
You want to sneak one?
Yeah, I could probably take one of those after I counted if, I'm charging the numbers there, Beata. I didn't
Beata.
listen, so I don't know how it was
Beata.
pronounced.
But yeah, no, he immediately hard left.
Hard
Takes a
turn.
hard left turn. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, sexy birds. Anyways, do you think that we could possibly someday be better and maybe be absolved of our ancestral crimes?
Of all the
think?
things to fill an awkward silence with, he goes with, do you think maybe someday we can absolve our ancestral crimes?
Can we just have
Yeah.
a quick lighthearted discussion about
Small talk.
generational trauma,
A+.
please? Yeah. Yeah, he's killing it.
Short answer? No.
How is this
Probably
guy
not.
single?
Yeah. Listen, Beata just immediately shuts it down. She's like,
Yeah.
no,
Wow,
That
you're a
dumb
real
fucking
fucking
question.
charmer.
we're corrupt, and no, we can't do anything. Anders are awesome and aren't corrupt, can't be corrupt, and we can only hope to control our nature, you dumb motherfucker.
No. You nailed it on the last. It's God, you idiot.
Oh. And she probably thinks he's dumb. So, I mean, he does have, some social awareness here.
Quite easily, we could raise Goddammit Carl again in the way of Goddammit Fitch.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
But-
spiritual successor.
But-
Leave me.
I don't think it's time yet. I think we're just going to have to hang on to it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're just going to wait.
So he does have awareness, and he's like, she probably thinks I'm dumb. He just wants to rise above and prove himself.
Yeah, he just wants to be a good guy.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to always be a piece of shit forever.
Yeah, he wants to pay his debt.
Yeah,
Like he knows he was bad, but now he wants to prove he's good.
he knows he was born bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born bad, but I shower every day. I hold down a job. I'm not a terrible person. I'm just trying to get along.
Why doesn't she love me?
Yeah,
Anyways.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Look at this body.
I don't like eye patch Nate.
I'm such a nice guy. What? She just loved me. Anyways, he asked, haven't we learned the error of our ways after all this time? Don't you want to say in your own fucking life, doesn't this situation just seem shitty to you?
Yeah.
And she says, no, Hakans are not worthy to choose their own destiny. Doing that is leading you to wickedness. Because we're just shitty people and we're
Yeah.
going to choose bad things.
Don't go farther down that train of thought because
Yeah.
that's the thing that they're trying to warn us against doing.
It
Yeah.
was up to us. We were bad people, and then the Anders came and saved us. Why would we go back to the thing where we're bad people?
See, just we don't have all the details on that, but yeah, they're good, we're bad.
Yeah.
There's no need to fuck with it.
Yeah.
She specifically is going to join the army because this is a path that she can have because the minister, the great fucking minister, decided that Hakan women can work and they don't need a man to take care of them. They don't need to get married. They can get respect via joining the army and helping people in that way. But men are terrible, vile creatures, and they can't have weapons, specifically Hakan men. Ander men are good men.
Yeah.
Hakan men are shitty men.
Yeah, they are not allowed to touch the weapons.
Yeah, they're made to enslave people, so they have to stay away from them. But the minister is a hero to them as well because he brings them culture so that they can rebuke those ways and become part of the peaceful community.
it's the twisted language. It's the look at these good and decent things that people in general, I feel like, should fucking want. But it's the militaristic enforcement of that is the problem. It's a weird kind of twist.
Just the drilling in of you're terrible and your group of people is this way no matter
That's
what. We're
bad.
telling you
Yeah.
that you're shitty and making you believe that, and there's nothing you can do to make that better except listen to what we're telling you. Like, you have to live the way we tell you, and you can never live another way because you're shitty.
But that's all I'm saying is some of the things they're saying are things like not disrespecting my fellow man and stuff like that. And like that part of it is actually good. It's the mishandling of the way they're enforcing that in the community that is fucked up.
And it doesn't go the other way.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So that's the fun part about it is it depends on your point of view if it's indoctrination or not. Because it's indoctrination if you don't want it to happen. If you're the ander, it's absolution. It's
education.
It's education.
Right.
It's learning. It's teaching a lesson. If you're a Hakan who believes in this, yeah, it's absolution. It's paying your debt. If you don't think, or you're not buying the load of bullcrap, this is indoctrination.
Yeah.
You are watching your people become mindless slaves instead of the aggressive people they need to be to potentially drive out these oppressors.
People that do this to you.
So that's where it's really fun to have situations like this because multiple people can all be correct depending on where they're sitting at the table.
Yeah.
You can look at the same piece of apple or, the same apple and all three people can call it a different thing and all be true.
I just recently saw something on Facebook. It's just a little cartoon where one guy is looking at 4 logs on the ground and one guy is looking at 3. But because of the way it's drawn, both of them are seeing what's correct. It's one of those, what is it, MC Escher that draws them all fucking weird? So like the stairs don't make sense. It's like that.
Yeah, optical illusion.
To where the top of one is actually the side, the further along you go on the other side.
Yeah.
So what they're both seeing is correct in a way.
Yeah.
But they're also not seeing it from the viewer's perspective, which we've talked about this before. Yes, a lot of things can be painted. Here's this way and here's the other way, but actually there's a fucking third way that is better. And nobody's going to tell you that bit of it.
Especially if it doesn't benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, right. Exactly.
But Fitch, so back to our main characters here, because this is the very tip of a conversation that is going to just continue to ravel on down a mountain for the rest of this book. Actually, you know what? In light of that, because there is a lot to digest after what we just said, and before we get into some more of Fitch and Beata's little interaction here, let's take a little break. Let's go grab a little beer and think about that.
I do like getting a beer before getting past the tip. Yep. Shing.
Aaron, what are we drinking today?
Today, we are drinking a Belgian wheat nitro from Left Hand Brewing Company.
Ooh.
And this super smooth and crisp with citrus and spice white nitro unites the classic Belgian style wheat beer with nitrogen infused smoothness, pouring with a luxurious cascade. A hazy golden body is revealed and crowned by a pillowy white head, delicate and creamy. It balances subtle malt sweetness with invigorating zesty round citrus and the herbal essence of coriander.
Like 6 people to set that.
Crafting a uniquely refreshing and remarkably smooth drinking experience. Clocking in at 4.8%. It's got a nice light gold color. What are we thinking of this?
I think you definitely went to international school.
I studied language at International University.
And honestly, might have DID.
I'll have you know that was the official dialect of Baldur's Gate, you uncultured swine. You've never been there. You can't tell me how they talk. But seriously, how's this beer tasting, guys?
I love nitro beers. I think they are creamy and smooth and wonderful. And this is a surprising kick with like the citrus almost in it.
Yeah.
I'm really, really digging this.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm at 8.
Monday Night Nitros? Monday,
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday.
That's 8. Nope,
Yeah,
stop there.
that's
you're
8.
good. You're good.
Be there.
You never heard those monster truck rally?
I did, but I don't know why you're doing it now.
Because Nitro.
Because Nitro. It's on the can.
Also, wrestling was Monday Night Nitro. And it's also like monster truck. Yeah, it's a thing. We're not saying it's good.
I don't have a
think
bell
it's a good
sound
beer.
effect.
It's like a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 left hands for me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm right around there. I can't decide if it's a 7 or an 8. I feel like I'm nestled right somewhere in between those two numbers. I
In the
like this.
bosom.
It's nice and soft. It's sweet.
It is.
It's got a little malt almost to
That's
it.
because of the Nitro.
Yeah. And I think, again, I could drink a lot of it. Don't think I could drink it all day, though. That's back to my alcoholic habits that we are going to discuss off air at some point.
Buddy.
But
I could drink this all day.
I'm going to
and
give
then
it
probably all night.
I'm going to give it the extra 8. I'm going to give it 8 left-hand Monday Night Nitros.
The old
Nitro,
left-hand
nitro,
stranger.
nitro.
Yep, the old stranger, the left-handed stranger.
All
Anyway,
right. We'll
wanna
be back right after this.
That was fucking wild.
And we're back!
Oh, hey!
Oh, hi there.
Hey.
Oh, it's so nice to see you.
That was so respectful.
Were you thrown off by my genuine kindness towards you?
No, I had too much of a drink of beer and I had a little burpee.
It happens to the best of us.
So I think that was a very respectful, and Fitch respects Beata.
Boy,
Now.
does he.
Yeah, I'll bet he does.
got a lot of
doesn't-
respect.
She doesn't even need to join the army for him to respect her. She is good people. That's what he thinks. And he wants to do good, just like her. They're the same person. And hey, listen, the Dominic Dirch, that has already, it made the army less dangerous. It's not such a dangerous job.
Right.
'Cause they mainly just help people now.
They got it. We just fire up the thing and then we're good.
Yeah, the Dirch is the one thing that the Anders use of the Hakans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because they could never make something so evil.
Oh, yeah. It put, I believe it was any enemy into submission.
Yeah.
That it's just this wild and crazy thing that they do.
Weird
Yeah.
contraption that they built that could kind of keep any other group of people at bay because of its terrifyingly dangerous nature. Almost like a bomb of some sort or...
To be fair, I don't think they even say contraption. Like,
No,
they literally
it's-
don't put any adjectives to this thing.
No, they have not
so we
described
can't
it
know
yet.
what it is.
When we do get the description, I want to know what you think of it because it is an interesting
Oh, okay.
contraption.
Yeah. We're going to talk about
Okay.
this a little bit more. Just you wait.
We like the dirt. My name's Fitch. Fitch gone.
I'm not going to lie. That sounds like something I would not say at this point in time.
It depends on which side of the dirt you're on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's behind it. He's good.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, we don't want to give too many details about what that is
Okay.
quite yet.
Beata, if she can't join the army, the other thing that would be cool is if she could work here, because this place is great. And you know what? Bertrand, the fucking minister, that's a hot guy.
Well,
That's a
that's
hot guy
cool.
right there.
I'm just gonna go kill myself. It was nice talking to you, Beata.
Yeah, Fitch was like, he thinks,
His
he's like,
brain breaks.
Yeah.
He's like, that's an old guy.
And then I decided
The
I was
old-
just gonna run.
You just want to hang out with the old balls
Well,
for the rest of your life? Old saggy balls?
I feel like there's always the preface too sometimes, which I always found interesting as a dude, where sometimes guys feel very much the need to be like, I don't even know how to like know if another guy is like good looking or not. It's like, it's not hard. You know if someone's good looking or not. And it's okay to say those things.
It's probably not hard if he's old.
Well, but yeah, but also it was definitely immediately like, he's immediately like, I don't know what's like good looking or not, but also like he's totally past his prime and he's got gray hair. So
I just got my breath back from your last joke, and then you lay that out. Holy fuck. Jade's Pisces today.
Yeah, Pisces. So she keeps gushing over him for a little while longer, and eventually Fitch is like, yeah.
Continues hating life.
He's super great.
I totally understand what you see in him.
Now,
I'm happy for
I
you.
work for him.
I think she did also say, though, that he is better looking than the butcher, which I could see that.
Mhm.
Like, I bet you the butcher's probably not a good looking dude.
Also, I guess it could be just it's better to look at because that's what I look at every day. But it made me go,
Yeah.
I'm a
Rich
little worried
guy
about the
probably has
butcher.
a better skincare
Yeah.
regimen than
Yeah,
the butcher,
there's
I
that.
would
That's-
say.
That's probably true, too.
Maybe some deodorant of some kind.
He actually gets to take baths.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wears clothes that are
Yeah.
like new. Wow. So Fitch, he's like, listen, I'm lucky I work for him. I want to do good. I want to do good enough that I can earn my surname, because that's a thing, apparently,
All
that
good
Hakans could
and-
eventually work towards. Not many,
Yeah.
but some do.
But the best and all good and like virtuous things to work for.
Yeah.
You could be proud if that was your life. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I worked hard, I took care of my shit, and that's all I wanted to do.
No, not all. He's gonna then go to Aiden Drill and then demand to be the seeker from the council.
Oh.
That's about what Beata did to him.
Yeah,
you
can
want to do what now?
Sorry. I thought I heard you say something fucking ridiculous. Can you repeat that?
Did you just say you were going to go to Aiden Drill and become the Seeker?
Yeah, I like totally know where it is and everything.
Oh, weird. That's what I thought I heard you say the first time.
Well, I figured I was
Yeah.
good with nunchucks, so I'd try my hand at a sword.
She laughs at him and she's like, hey, magic is evil, first of all, idiot.
Yeah.
And you're going to cut your foot off because also you're a clumsy idiot.
And I think she even threw in, like, you don't even know where the Aiden Drill is.
Yeah, that's what he was like. I do too. It's like north and left.
Yeah.
So this is
Inspiring confidence.
the equivalent of Ralphie being told in A Christmas Story that he's going to shoot his eye out.
You're gonna cut your foot off.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut your foot off.
Yeah.
I just want to go to Aiden Drill and go to the Wizard's Keep and every day the Sword of Truth and get the Sword of Truth and be the Seeker of Truth.
Yeah.
You're
well,
gonna cut your foot off,
And it
kid.
has this cool thing on the sword handle that tells time.
what was really funny though too is that like he said the couple first things and she was like, yeah, that's good. He's like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole thing. And that's when he spirals into crazy town and he's like, okay.
Maybe
Once you're real about the dream, then she's just like, oh no,
Yeah,
you're
no.
crazy pants.
Maybe this is why I thought he was older. Because I was like, oh, this is a very millennial age thing to do where like you sit there and you say something and then you get the reaction of the people around you and then you have an internal monologue
Go
for the
full
next
in.
30 minutes where you go, I overshared. I always do this. I overshared again. How come you always overshare, Aaron? You overshare and then you push people away
But he
because you let
actually
them
did
in too
overshare a
quickly.
little bit.
Oh, yeah. No, he for sure overshared too much here.
And he wants to die because
Yeah.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
There
like,
it
she's
is.
right.
Yep.
So he just keeps quiet while they finish unloading after she laughs at
He
him.
pulled a Hagrid.
While
Shouldn't
he
have said
climbs
Yeah.
into the refrigerator.
Yeah.
that. Seals it shut.
After a little bit, she apologizes. She does blame being cruel on being Hakan. She's like, hey,
Yep.
it's
It's
just the
just
way
my
I am."
nature, my bad.
Yep, the nature broke through over the nurture there.
Yeah.
Sorry, too busy dying. Can't talk right now.
She's like, hey, listen, the wicked, vile dreams are also part of our nature.
Mhm.
They're just evil thoughts. I have them too. Oh, yeah? Tell us
Do-
about your
Do you have
evil
bad thoughts,
babe.
Beata?
She wants to read. Yeah.
How evil. She's a nope. Hold on.
Fucking
Nope.
disgusting.
We talked about that. She's probably underage. Not
Yeah.
gonna say the thing I was about to say.
Yeah, you better watch it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that because we made some initial jokes, and now I'm becoming violently aware of how old she is and really want to put a stop to that.
Yeah,
so I
I-
think maybe we should definitely do
listen,
that.
I really
just
did
feel like-
age these two up in
Yeah.
my head. Like I did not read them as kids, but it does make more sense that no, I don't think a 20-year-old would be sleeping with his mom still in this type of culture.
Listen, you guys just need to hold it together for like one or two more chapters, and then I feel like it's not going to be a problem
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
Yeah, I yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he shows her the word truth in the dirt. He saw this word at a banquet once when a man wrote it in butter when he was telling her about it being on the hilt of the sword of truth.
He cut it in butter with his finger.
First of all, if you guys can all read, if you're all noble people and you can read, why the fuck did you have to write the word truth in the butter? Why did you have to ruin all of our butters?
Whoa, find a pen, man.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm picturing.
We're going to eat that.
I'm picturing a much older gentleman and like a very young princess. And he's like, do you want to know what's on the bottom of this sword of truth? Let me write it to you. And then he thinks he's being smooth by like writing in the butter. And there's just like a group of 5 people around him going like, God.
Horrified?
Why does this dude always write in the butter? He always writes in the goddamn butter.
Well, from the point of view that they're not supposed to be able to read at all.
Yeah.
And so he's writing it in the butter, and then you're going to have all fucked up butter. Like, what happened?
This was a nobleman.
Yeah, nobleman.
So
he oversaw
so he's
a nobleman.
just wasting food because he's a nobleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably thought he was being smooth, showing off his, what do they call it? When
Look
you,
at my-
literacy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fingering skills.
I thought you were going to say that too, like
No,
finger strokes.
I definitely meant literacy. He was
Look at
showing
that
off
there.
that he could read and write.
No, I
That's
just think
true
he was a piece
cursive.
of shit wasting butter.
Well,
Anyway,
buttercream.
Seekers are bad now, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
used to be good.
Yes.
Apparently, word of the last year has not reached Andereth. I will say that because I feel like through the first book even, whispers of Richard as the Seeker were coming out, and like now he killed his dad. Like there's been a lot of things. I feel like word of mouth should have traveled to most places that there's a new Seeker.
I was
new sheriff
pretty
in town.
sure there was a few times they arrived to a place and that place had heard of the Seeker coming.
I do believe that this is happening in the same time as Richard. So this is not like a flashback or a flash forward or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like we left Richard and then apparently the next day we just are following Fitch now.
That's what I'm assuming
So,
as well.
All of the stuff that Richard has done is still like we know, right, that the Seeker is good, but he's just heard that the Seeker is bad
Now-
and believes that now.
Also, I guess there is also the factor of him being a Hakan and, you know, the distribution of knowledge. Like, maybe the Ander people know of the Seeker being Richard, but the Hakan don't because they're just overhearing snippets of conversation.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you could say that it might be a control of information that the Anders are doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So they may have a better view, but they're not going to let the other people know that.
Well, if the Anders don't like the Seeker, they're definitely not going to tell the Hakan people
Yeah,
that there's someone out there who is a good, just person who might save them.
Who is also using magic because magic
Yeah,
is bad.
magic
so
is
if
bad.
we know there's a hero out there using magic for good,
Yeah.
then we can't tell these people that.
Yeah, but that's why Fitch wants to make it good again.
Yeah,
He's gonna
fuck
make
yeah.
the Seekers. Never mind. Sword of Truth is magic. Magic is bad. That's what Beata's whole point is on this. Also, wanting to be the Seeker is bad. You're a piece of shit. Reading is illegal. I shouldn't want to do that. All of this is negativo.
Yeah, it's real bad.
She does glance up at the window while they're talking about all of this. And the minister is watching. So she brushes away the writing on the ground and they finish unloading the cart.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to read. I know you just made that point, but it's a
Yeah.
very real thing. Like if they're caught with words around them carved into butter or on dirt on the floor, that's a big deal. And they could get in a lot of trouble for that.
I mean, also the fact that you're cavorting right now. You're not like, yeah, that was the right word.
Well, yeah, I mean, they might cavorting. Yeah,
You're not working. You're not doing what you're supposed to be fucking doing.
They're
You're
for sure
sitting there.
loitering.
Yeah,
and I
you're-
don't think loitering's allowed.
It's not permitted.
Yeah, I think cavorting is a little bit more malicious.
That's what I was like. Maybe they'd be like going on a mission or something.
Yeah,
but I feel
yeah.
like maybe it's the right way. I don't know. Tell me, feedback, whatever. But they finish unloading, and he's ordered back to scrubbing, so he can't have a last little moment with her.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's scrubbing, he notes that Dalton, the aide to the minister, comes down to the kitchen. He ends up grabbing Beata and says something to her that makes her blush. Fitch can't really hear it, and then leads her away, and she does not look back.
No, and it like she gets grabbed, but I think it's like she does not look like she's being forced.
He grabs her. She's like, oh no! And then he's like, and she's like, oh.
Yeah, and she went willingly. Yeah,
yes.
she for sure went willingly, which we know what she said, something she would enjoy is if she can't go into the army. Wouldn't mind working here.
Okay, well, we're gonna get that's where we're ending, is Beata being led up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So does anybody have any happy wizard notes or prophecies that are maybe not happy for the coming?
I noticed you put the word happy in front of there, and I've got a prophecy, and it's not very happy.
Well, that's why I put happy in front of notes and not happy in front of prophecies.
I remember back when you said old balls and Nate didn't speak for almost 2 minutes. That was a fun time.
All I could think of was Big Daddy. Yeah. You're going to be with him and his old balls. And I fucking lost it.
The fact that you guys literally said that at the same time is fucking disgustingly cute.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I do have a wizard note, I guess. It needs to be said. We started off this episode very spicy and aged up our characters inappropriately. That's
I
our
tried
bad.
to curb it right away.
Yeah, you did. And once I realized why, because Aaron has not read the series at all. He is reading currently where we are at. I have read the series, but I am also reading currently where we are at and just kind of going off what I remember. And Jade has read the whole thing. So Jade
recently
is the prophet in this scenario. She knows what's coming. And, well, I guess we just leave it at that. It's not good. It's not good, boys and girls. It's not fucking great.
Okay, so that's our truth. We would very much love to hear yours, especially if it's like positive. We like positive truth.
Please send us something happy.
Write to us in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com or find us on any of our social meads.
Glug 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 glug
glug glug glug glug glug glug glug glug glug glug glug. This was upsetting. Glug 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 glug.
I was like, what are you doing?
Gonna do this for a while. Glug 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 glug.
If you would like to support this podcast and hear what happens after Nate drinks that much, go find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt, where every tier is a drunk tier sometimes. That's all for us, friends.
Glug 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 glug. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you real soon. Glug 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 glug.
Bye.
Glug glug.